Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with atomic and molecular masses, and we'll also learn about mole concept, which is a very important topic. So to begin with atomic masses, we'll first say that what is atomic masses. It is simply nothing but the mass of an atom. Okay, by the name itself we can say atomic masses means what? The mass of an atom. So when we talk about this, we should remember that it is very small quantity. That means, for example, mass of one hydrogen atom is equal to 1.6736 into 10 raised to minus 24 grams. By seeing the value, you can understand that the value is very small. That means 0.000, like that it goes. So it is a very small quantity, and these atomic masses are expressed in AMU. And one more thing which you have to remember is, we find out the atomic masses of other elements by taking carbon 12 as the standard. Okay, what is taken as the standard? Carbon 12 is taken as the standard to find out the atomic masses of other elements. Okay, so now we'll understand what is AMU. So 1 AMU is defined as a mass exactly equal to 1/12 of the mass of one carbon 12 atom. Okay, so simply if you want to just understand that thing, we are going to say that 1 AMU is equal to mass of 1 carbon 12 upon 12. Okay, now what is mass of 1 carbon 12 atom? It is nothing but equal to 1.992648 into 10 raised to minus 23 gram. So if I divide this by 12, I'll get the value as 1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. So 1 AMU is equal to 1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And this is very important. You have to learn this conversion so that you can easily do the problems. Okay, so very important. 1 AMU equal to 1.66056 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And one more formula over here you can understand is 1 AMU is simply equal to 1 upon Na. What is that? 1 AMU is equal to 1 upon Na. This is for just for your reference. Okay, now one more thing which I want to tell you is, the scientists have taken carbon 12 atom as the reference by seeing many criterias. Okay, by seeing the abundance, the reactivity. Okay, all this are taken into consideration to select carbon 12 as the standard. Once the standard is done, they can easily find out the mass of other atom by taking carbon 12 as the standard. Okay, so and one more thing, recently AMU has been replaced by unified mass unit called Dalton. So we can also use the symbol U or DA. Okay, U refers to unified mass and DA refers to Dalton. Okay, so please learn this formulas whatever I have given you. And one more thing, what is Na equal to? Na is nothing but equal to Avogadro's number, that is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms, molecules or ions. Okay, next we'll talk about average atomic mass. So what is average atomic mass now? Naturally occurring elements exist as mixture of more than one isotope. So isotopes have what? Different atomic masses. Therefore, the atomic mass of such an element is the weighted average of atomic masses of isotopes. This is called average atomic mass of an element. So basically, the element which is having isotopes, of that we will take the average atomic masses of all the isotopes, and that will be the atomic mass of that particular element. Okay, for example, carbon has the following 3 isotopes with relative abundance and atomic masses as shown against each of them. So the isotope is given, its corresponding atomic mass and the relative abundance is given in the table. Now from the above data, the average atomic mass of carbon can be calculated. Now what is the formula for that? It is simple. What is that? Atomic mass into relative abundance I will take, and I will take the sum of all these three isotopes. So after substituting the value, that is 12 into 98.892 upon 100 plus 13.00335 into 1.108 upon 100 plus 14.00317 into 2 into 10 raised to minus 10 upon 100 will give me the value as 12.011 U. So this is nothing but the average atomic mass of carbon. Okay. So similarly, average atomic masses for other elements can be calculated. So now we'll see the isotopes of some of the elements and their average atomic mass. Okay, for carbon exists in three isotopic forms, that is carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. So the average atomic mass comes out to be 12.011 U, and normally we take the round off figure, that is 12.0 U. For nitrogen, there are two isotopes, N14 and N15, and its average atomic mass is 14.0067 U, and its value is rounded off to 14.0 U. Next one, oxygen. Oxygen exists in three isotopic forms, that is oxygen 16, oxygen 17 and oxygen 18. The average atomic mass is 15.999 U and its value is 16.0 U. Next, chlorine. Chlorine exists in two isotopic forms, that is chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. The average atomic mass is 35.453 U and its value is rounded off to 35.5 U. And the last one, bromine, exists in two isotopic forms, that is bromine 79 and bromine 81. So the average atomic mass is 79.90 U and its value is rounded off to 79.9 U. So you should know the atomic masses of. Next is molecular mass, which is very important and it is the basic thing which you should understand. Okay, so it is the sum of average atomic masses of the atoms of an element which constitute the molecule. Okay, so basically we just have to add all the average atomic masses of the atoms of an element to which is there in the molecule. Okay, and it is obtained by multiplying average atomic mass of each element by the number of its atom and adding them together. So basically you'll understand it in a better way by seeing the examples. For example, the molecular mass of carbon dioxide is, first we have to understand what is the molecular formula for that carbon dioxide. So the molecular formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. So once this thing is understood, next thing is you just have to know how many number of each of the elements are there. Like for example, carbon, how many number of carbon atoms are there? Only one. How many number of oxygen atoms are there? 2. So this thing also you should know. And next is the average atomic mass of carbon as well as oxygen. So we can easily calculate. So it is equal to 1 into 1 is basically the number of carbon atom. Okay, so 1 into average atomic mass of carbon plus 2 is nothing but what? The number of oxygen atom into average atomic mass of oxygen. So 1 into 12.0 U plus 2 into 16.0 U will give me 14.0 U, which is the molecular mass of carbon dioxide. Similarly, you can carry out the other examples, that is water. C6H5Cl is chlorobenzene and H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. So similar way you can do it. H2O, one more example I'll do it. H2O is what? 2 is the number of hydrogen atom, 1 is the number of oxygen atom. So it is 2 into 1 U plus 16 U is equal to 18 U. And next one, for chlorobenzene, it is 6 number of carbons are there. So it is 6 into 12 U plus 5 hydrogen atoms are there. So it is 5 into 1 U plus only 1 chlorine atom is there. So it is 1 into 35.5 U will give me 112.5 U. And the last one, sulfuric acid, is equal to 2 into 1 U plus 1 into 32 U plus 4 into 16 U will give me 98 U. Okay. So hopefully you understood how to calculate molecular mass, and this is very important. Okay. Please do many such examples. Okay. Next, formula mass. So you have to first understand that formula mass is basically for ionic compounds. So some substances such as sodium chloride do not contain discrete molecules as the constituent units. That means in such compounds, the cationic, that is the sodium, and anionic, that is chloride, entities are arranged in a three-dimensional structure. So what you say as NaCl is not the exact number of molecules present in that 3D structure. Okay, so we just take NaCl is just the formula which is used to represent sodium chloride, though it is not a molecule. Okay, so in NaCl crystal, one Na plus ion is surrounded by 6 Cl minus ion, all at the same distance from it, and vice versa. So please understand, NaCl is the formula used to represent sodium chloride, though it is not a molecule. So a term formula mass is used for such ionic compounds instead of molecular mass. So we can define formula mass of a substance as the sum of atomic masses of the atoms present in the formula. Okay. Next, we have to understand about mole concept, which is a very important topic. So 1 mole is the amount of substance that contains as many entities or particles as there are atoms in exactly 12 gram or 0.012 kilogram of the carbon 12 isotope. Okay, so basically, what is mole? Mole is a quantitative term like dozen. Okay, so that is nothing but called as mole. So when you talk about 1 dozen bananas, it is like 12 you will get. Okay, 12 number of bananas you are going to get. Similarly, 1 dozen anything means you will get 12 number of that thing. Similarly, mole is exactly the same, but over here we are talking to express the large number of sub-microscopic entities like atoms, ions, electrons present in a substance. Okay, so we'll understand this into detail. Okay, so let us calculate the number of atoms in 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope. Mass of 1 carbon 12 atom is equal to 1.992648 into 10 raised to minus 23 grams as determined by mass spectrometer, and mass of 1 mole of carbon atom, as you all know, it is 12 grams. So therefore number of atom in 12 gram of carbon 12 is equal to 12 upon 1.992648 into 10 raised to minus 23. So after solving, I'll get the value as 6.022137 into 10 raised to 23 atom per mole. Now this number is nothing but equal to the Avogadro's constant. Okay, this is very important term. So 1 mole of carbon, as we calculated, it is equal to what? 6.022137 into 10 raised to 23 atom per mole. So basically you just have to remember this number 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atom per mole. Okay, so like dozen, 1 mole of banana, one dozen of banana will contain 12 bananas. Similarly, 1 mole of any substance will contain 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. If it is atoms, it will be atoms. If it is molecules, it is going to be molecules, and so on. Okay, so this is very important number, and this number is called as the Avogadro's constant and written as Na. Okay, so whenever you see this Na, that is nothing but called as Avogadro's constant, and it is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms per mole. So this is very important. Okay, so 1 mole is the amount of substance that contains 6.0221367 into 10 raised to 23 particles or entities such as atoms, molecules or ions, and the name of the unit is MOLE, mole, and the symbol for the unit is MOL. Okay, so hopefully you understood this thing. So some examples: 1 mole of oxygen atom is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms of oxygen. 1 mole of water molecules is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of water. 1 mole of sodium chloride is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of NaCl. Okay, so whatever, if it is asked for 1 mole of anything will be equal to the Avogadro's number, that is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Next is molar mass. It is very simple. The mass of 1 mole of a substance in grams is called its molar mass. So basically 1 mole of any substance will be equal to its molar mass, that is expressed in grams. Okay, so the mass of 1 mole of a substance, that is element or compound, in grams is called its molar mass. The molar mass of any element in grams is numerically equal to atomic mass of that element in U, and the molar mass of any substance existing as polyatomic molecule in grams is numerically equal to its molecular mass or formula mass in U. So basically, if my molecular mass, anything is expressed in gram, that is nothing but equal to molar mass. Some examples are given over here. Hydrogen, the atomic mass in U is given as 1.0 U, and if I want to write down the molar mass, I just have to change the unit there. It will be 1.0 gram mole inverse. Okay, so anything, the atomic mass or the molecular mass expressed in grams are said to be the molar mass. Okay, so carbon, it is equal to 12.0 U, that is equal to 12.0 gram mole inverse. Oxygen 16.0 U, that is equal to 16.0 gram mole inverse. And for some polyatomic substances like oxygen, O2, over here the molecular mass is equal to 32.0 U. So the molar mass is 32.0 gram mole inverse. And for water, it is molecular mass is equal to 18.0 U, that is equal to 18.0 gram mole inverse. And for NaCl, the mass is equal to 58.5 U, and the molar mass is equal to 58.5 gram mole inverse. Okay, so hopefully you understood. We just have to change the unit. So the mass expressed in grams is said to be nothing but molar mass. So 1 mole of any substance expressed in gram is said to be molar mass. So last topic for today, moles and gases. So over here we just have to understand in terms of gases. So to find the number of moles of gas, we can measure the volume rather than the mass of the gas. So chemists have deduced from Avogadro's law that 1 mole of any gas occupies a volume of 22.4 dm cube at standard temperature and pressure. So what is the standard temperature and pressure? standard temperature is equal to 0 degrees Celsius and pressure is equal to 1 atm. Okay, so the volume of 22.4 dm cube at STP is known as molar volume of a gas, and dm cube is also equivalent to liter, so you can write it as 22.4 liter as well. Okay, so number of moles of a gas, that is small n, is equal to volume of the gas at STP upon molar volume of gas. Okay, and you know what is molar volume of gas? That is nothing but equal to what? 22.4 liters or 22.4 dm cube. So I'll just substitute that value. Okay, so that is the next equation which is written over there. Number of moles of a gas, small n, is equal to volume of the gas at STP upon 22.4 dm cube mole inverse. Okay, and one more thing, if like for example, if it is a substance, number of moles of a substance, that is equal to given mass upon molar mass. That also you should understand. Okay, instead of gas you are going to talk about the weight over there, so molar mass will come over there. Okay, and the last one, number of molecules is equal to small n multiplied by the Avogadro's number. So it will be number of moles multiplied by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules per mole. Okay, so hopefully you understood this thing. Please do learn these formulas nicely. Sums will be asked based on these formulas. Okay, so to understand the mole concept, you just have to remember this relation, that is 1 mole is equivalent to its molar mass, that is equivalent to the Avogadro's number, that is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules or atoms or ions, that is equivalent to 22.4 liters if it is asked in terms of gas. Okay, so this relation is very important. So this will help you out to solve the problems easily. Okay, so please do remember this formula. Okay, so hopefully you understood all the terms which is dealt in today's lecture, and please do revise it thoroughly. Next time we are going to learn the numericals based on the formulas what we have seen today. Okay, then bye.